Alright, Brush Monkeys, we are back and we are starting in on Sister Lupita Love from the Raging Heroes Daughters of the Crucible line. And you may remember we did an unboxing and assembly and review and what have you of this, a few of these figures last week. Now we're actually getting some paint on our brushes and getting started on them. And they are kind of pin-up style Sisters of Battle stand-ins, essentially. You can see I've put them all on 32mm 40K bases, even though they came on 25mm bases. And I'm really kind of impressed with these figures. They're kind of, they're all sort of Hispanic-looking pin-up females. So I've got the paints out to do Hispanic skin style and makeup and what have you. I've never done this kind of thing before, so this is kind of getting me outside my comfort zone, so that'll be a little interesting. I do like that the box art on these consists of just a plain figure. There's no, it's not painted already, so there's no quote-unquote right way of doing this. You can pretty much just put your own spin on however you want it done. So this will be kind of interesting to paint. I'm going to go ahead and break here and get the skin tone down at least, and then we'll go from there. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys, we're back, and as you can see, I got a lot more done on this lady than I really meant to. I got kind of carried away, but skin tone looks really good. I got the red lining of the habit done. I got the black of the habit done. I got the guns with the Black Templar done. Those of you who saw my video on the Necromunda gangers I did a while back know that this Black Templar is quickly becoming my favorite paint to do guns with, because it kind of self-highlights and it gives it that nice kind of gun gray look to it. If you can see that. There you go. So I just need to do this, the metallics. It's the gold, these rosary, the rosary around the bottom there, the metallics on her boots, the base, all that fun stuff. So she's coming along pretty nicely. I'm pretty happy with her. I'm not entirely happy with the face, but the face had a little less detail than I'd originally thought. So I'm going to highlight the reds. I'm going to highlight the black with Eshin Gray here, and I'm going to highlight the reds with Mephiston Red. And then get to doing those metallics. So yeah, it's coming along pretty quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and do the highlights on the black and the red, and then we'll come back, take a look at it, and then go do the metallics. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys, we're back, and I have highlighted the habit and the inside of the habit, the blacks and the reds, and as you can see, that still looks pretty black, and that still looks pretty bright red. And that's what I like about the both the Eshin Gray and the Mephiston Red, is they dry quite a bit darker than they go on. Both of those looked really light when they went on. I was thinking that might not look all that great, but it dried quite a bit darker. And so it just adds a nice highlight to the black, and the Mephiston Red adds a nice highlight to the red. You can still see there's a little bit of dry in the crevice there where I had to touch it up. I've also done the metallics on the legs, or on the boots, and her rosary here, and the rosary around her waist. So, and as you can see, I've moved her to a cork, so I could do the base band, because that's the same red as the lining of the habit. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little break here. I think I might go over the steel on her leg armor came out a little bit brighter than I really wanted it to. So I may take just a little bit of Nuln Oil, maybe thin that down a little bit, and wash over that just to make the lines between the plates pop out a little more and darken it down a little bit. Also did the steels on our guns, so that's done. I'm going to take a little bit of a break here, and then I'll come back and I'll do the metallics on our base, probably touch up that base band again, and then I'll do the do all the rest of the metallics, and then I'll move her back to the handle, possibly. I really don't have that much left to do, so I've got to do the touch up the golds with the Vallejo model color old gold, and then yeah, that's about it. The metallics on the base and the base band. Oh, the base band, because I wanted it to look like the Sisters of Battle, I'll be doing the base band with the I'll part the dragon scale wax, the red, like I did with them. So that's coming up as well. Alright, so for now I'm going to take a little break, and then I will come back and finish her up. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys, we're back. We have a little progress update here. As you can see, I've done the steels and bronze on the base, and realized this little back piece on the base here was concrete. So I painted that with Esh and Gray, and then I touched up the paint around the base band a little bit before I put her back in the handle here. Also shade washed, I don't know how well you can see that, I shade washed the leg armor on there. So that's going to dull it down. That's still a little bit wet, but it's going to dull it down a little bit, and it's going to make those armor plates pop. You can see where it's kind of down in the crevices a little bit. And I just used a thin down mixture of Nuln Oil and Lamian Medium. Just, pardon me while I put another quick coat on there. And I did that over both the gold and the bronze, or gold and the steel, just because I wanted the steel to be fairly dark, but also want the gold in there to have a little more definition too. When right now it's just Balthazar gold, when I put the Vallejo old gold on there, I want that to really stand out on the details. I also put a little bit on the guns. You see I did that there, and on that one, and you can see where that's given a little more definition to those vents on the side of the gun. Makes that stand out a little more. Now normally I drill the barrels for my like Space Marines and stuff like that. These guns are tiny little things. These aren't anywhere near the size of bolters, so I didn't drill out the barrels on those, but I don't think you're going to be able to tell once they're done, because I think that the tip of it there is going to be dark enough that you really can't tell that it's not a barrel. So yeah, that's where we're at now. I'm going to let that base dry a little more before I put the shade wash on it, and I'm shade washing it with Agrax Earth Shade. And then let's see, shade washing the base, doing the base band with the dragon scale wax, and picking out those gold details and the gold on the rosaries. Really all that's left to do on her. So she's coming along pretty quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and take a break and let that dry, and then we'll come back and wrap her up. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys update time. As you can see, I've got the golds layered on both her boots and on the rosary here. I did dry brush the rosary very lightly with Golden Griffin after I layered it on with the Vallejo Old Gold, just to give it a slightly different gold tone than the gold on her armor there. And I shade washed the base. That's still wet, so I'm going to take a break while that dries. But I did get the dragon scale wax on the base band, which you can see gives that nice metallic sheen on there. And I got out the random Sisters of Battle that I used for the comparison on the construction video, because I wanted to show this. And you can see color scheme wise, base band, color scheme overall, you can see that thematically these Raging Heroes minis are not going to look out of place in a Sisters of Battle army. They're still going to look fairly similar, or similar enough to the Sisters of Battle that they'll fit in. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let that wash on the shade wash on the base dry, and then I'm going to matte seal her, and I'm going to call her done. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'll be back in a bit when the shade wash is dry. All right, see you soon. Bye. All right, brush monkeys, we are done, and as you can see, Lupita Love is all finished. She's the first one of the Raging Heroes Daughters of the Crucible line. And as you can see by the side-by-side comparison, they will not look out of place, at least painted like this, they will not look out of place with a regular Sisters of Battle army from GW. So I think they'll fit in pretty nicely. They'll just look like a specialized unit of that same army. So I'm going to call her done. She is all matte sealed and ready to be tabletopped. The next one we are doing is this young lady, Sister Rosario Vasquez. And since all these Daughters of the Crucible are going to be using basically the same color palette, I'm just going to leave the same paints out. We'll do that one next week. And for right now, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like down below. If you want to be notified when new videos come out, click subscribe. Both of those help me with my YouTube numbers and help support me doing and what I do best. Speaking of which, if you want to support me more directly, you can visit my Patreon site and go on my Instagram page to see all the miniatures that I paint on this site and how to get your hands on one of your own if you want one. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. You can check both of those to see when new videos get posted. And visit my merch store at storefrontier.com/flyingmonkeystudios. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.